Crystal here. So, I want to discuss meal planning because here's the deal. I don't know about y'all, but I will have like weeks or a weekend of just overindulging and eating too much and drinking too much and having too many treats and having too much this, that, and the other. And so on Sundays, I want to commit to meal planning and eating super healthy. And then by Thursday or Friday or Wednesday, of the very next week, I like fall through the cracks and I'm not sticking to my meal plan and I end up throwing away like half the things that I make, or I just don't meal plan and I think that I can remember and I'll just do it, and it ends up just being where I throw away like half the vegetables because they go bad because I'm running around chasing my kids, whether it's soccer games or basketball games or just life in general, and I end up like going through the drive-through or eating out or whatever. So I want to talk about meal planning because this was such a huge part of my 60-pound weight loss, and I think it's really important for like others to know about this and others to understand and grasp on to the fact that if you're not like planning, like, then you're planning to fail. Like, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. I'm sure we've all heard that quote before, and I totally just jacked that up, but you get it. You understand. You get me, right? Okay, so I just wanted to talk about how important it is that every Sunday or whatever day of the week. So whenever I started, like I wasn't able to meal plan on Sundays because I worked shift work. So I had to plan like according to the days that I had off. So sometimes I had like Wednesday, Thursday off. Sometimes I had Friday, Saturday off. Sometimes I had like Tuesday, Wednesday off. Like, so my schedule always changed. So if that's like your deal as well, then you just have to plan according to your schedule. So for this video, I'm just going to talk about Sundays. So every Sunday, I would meal plan and I would set up an Excel document, and it looks like this. And with that Excel document, I have my workout where you can see my workout. I also have my breakfast, my snack, my lunch, my snack, and my dinner. And then it says snack after dinner. And usually that's more or less just something where it's like a dessert, or okay, so I go through waves of really liking salty things and waves of really liking sweet things. So right now I'm on a salty wave where I really like eating my Smart Popcorn. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but it's like in a black baggie and it's just called like Smart Pop or something like that. I don't remember. And anyway, so I right now I'm eating that popcorn at night, and so I set aside a little box for that. And sometimes I want something sweet, so I'll have like a banana with peanut butter and like chocolate chips on it or something, you know. But yeah, so that is basically how I lay it out. Now, if you don't want to use an Excel document, you can also use a whiteboard, you can use a planner, whatever floats your boat, but something that you're going to be able to look at and reference to and be able to follow along with. So I'm using my hands like way too much. I'm gonna try to put those down. It's like I feel like Will Ferrell from Anchorman. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. Anyway, I'm a dork. Just ignore me. So, yes, that is what I do as far as laying it out. The next thing that I do is I have to plan, okay, I'm someone that I don't count calories. I just don't feel like it's something that is sustainable for me for a lifestyle. Now, when I first got down to my lowest weight, so at one point I was 180 pounds. Now I'm like comfortably between like 120, 125, sometimes 130. I don't know. I fluctuate 10 pounds and I don't care because I'm like not all about sticking at like 120, but at one point I got down to like 110-ish, and that's because I was like a slave to the scale. I was a slave to counting calories. I was a slave to eating 100% perfect at all times. Here's the deal. That just wasn't sustainable for me, and I'm all about living a body positive, like empowering yourself, being able to eat a slice of pizza when you want to eat a slice of pizza type of deal. Does that make sense? Like, I just don't want to be a slave to constantly eating perfect 100% of the time. I don't want to be weighing myself. I don't want to be weighing my food or eating perfectly to the ounce. Like, that's not my deal. Like, I would rather be able to like rearrange my food throughout the week. That way I can enjoy my grilled cheese sandwiches. I can enjoy my glass of wine. I can enjoy going out and eating truffle fries when I want to eat truffle fries, but that means that I'm just kind of planning throughout the week, and I'll eat healthier on other days. And that's just my flexible way of eating. And so how I do that is by using portion control containers, as you can see right here. So this is how I was able to grasp on to how much I should and shouldn't be eating every single day. So every single day, I eat different amounts that fill up these containers. Like I'll have like 3 or 4 green containers every single day. This is my veggies. This is my fruit. This is my protein. These are my carbs and starches. These are like my seeds and whatever, and these are like my dressings and dips. And oh, this is also like avocado and cheese and coconut oil, which is kind of cool. Like, you know, so I know how many of these I can eat every single day. So every day I have like 2 of these, I have like 2 of these, I get like 3 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, or something. I don't exactly remember because I don't have to use them anymore because now I can eyeball it. But this is what I used when I finally switched over from living that slave lifestyle to a more flexible, simplified lifestyle. And so I just started using these, and I can fill this up with brown rice, pour it down, fill this up with like chicken or fish or whatever, pour that on top, fill this up with like some type of vegetable, pour that on top, fill this up with some type of dressing or salsa or whatever, and pour that on top, and boom, I got a meal. And it's right in line with my portions, and I'm not worried about counting calories or whatever. You know what else is really cool is sometimes I will not eat like brown rice or some type of starch, maybe a sweet potato or something, and I'll swap this out and I'll use it for a glass of wine, or I'll use it for a bar of chocolate or something like that. And so that makes it really flexible, and I like that idea of flexible eating versus super strict, like counting every calorie type deal. Anyway, so yeah, so that is my next step. So my first step is drawing out and getting my Excel document. Then I consider how many containers I'm eating every single day, and then I go in to start making my meals. So for breakfast, I really like eating eggs. I like kind of like an omelet. Sometimes I'll use kale, sometimes I'll use spinach. I will throw like a little bit of cheese on it. I will throw some avocado on it, and I do it all with my containers. That way I can just throw it on a plate, eat it, done, boom, okay? Same thing with my snacks. It's kind of crazy what I used to do when I would snack. I would think, oh, I'm just gonna grab a handful of almonds. I don't know if you're like this. A handful of almonds, a handful of Smart Pop, a handful of like whatever is in my pantry that's easy to grab, right? Just like grab and go. The problem with that is when I would grab and go, I was grabbing more than what I needed. So with my containers, or Ziploc, I think it's Ziploc. I don't know if it's Ziploc or not, but they make baggies now that are actually marked off. So like it'll have like a 1/4 cup, a 1/3 cup of, a 1/2 cup, 3/4 of a cup baggies. That way you can take like, pretend this is filled up with seeds or like pistachios, because I love pistachios. Ignore. Anyway, so like I have this filled with pistachios, pour it in the baggie, and I know, okay, I'm only eating a 1/2 cup of pistachios, or I'm only eating a 1/4 cup of pistachios, and I throw it in my car and I go and I have it. And that keeps me from stopping at Chick-fil-A and picking up Chick-fil-A fries, because who doesn't love waffle fries? I love waffle fries. Anyway, gotta take a drink. This is actually another thing that I drink every single day, is a meal replacement shake. And that's basically because this meal replacement shake has like the equivalent of 5 trips to the salad bar, and I would much rather drink a shake than eat 5 salads a day. But also because it has my probiotics, my prebiotics, my enzymes, my adaptogens, like all of those like healthy collagen producing nutrient. It's super dense with nutrients and vitamins. So it's just something that I drink every single day. No, there's nothing that replaces real food, and I want to make sure I get that across. There's nothing that replaces eating like real whole superfoods. But here's the deal, I don't have time to prep and eat real whole superfoods every single day. So this simplifies it for me. This is actually like a coffee flavored, and I just threw in some coconut milk. I put a little bit of a caramel extract in it. That way it's kind of like a caramel latte, and it tastes really good. There's other times that I will throw in like coconut oil, like, and make a bulletproof type shake. That way it just gives me more sustainable energy, which is really, really nice for busy days. Mom life, hey, what's up? Because I'm literally like the chef. I am the chauffeur. I am the maid. I am the businesswoman because I have my own business, and I run a huge business. I run $1 million business, so like I got to keep up with my peoples. And yeah, it holds me down on those busy days, especially when I'm running out the door, have a soccer game, basketball game, whatever. So yeah, that is another part of my meal prep, is making sure I always have my shakes on hand. Sometimes I keep them in my car. I've actually gone to Starbucks before, and I'm like, hey, if I buy a bottle of water, will you mix up my shake for me? And they do. Like, they'll mix it up for me, which is really cool. Is FedEx coming to my house or my neighbor's house? I'm sitting in my garage right now. I always wonder. Like, I'm pretty sure FedEx and UPS come to my house all the time, especially because, like, we're into the fall months, which means Christmas presents, like, coming on the daily, especially from Amazon Prime. Anyway, I totally got off track. Okay, so, yeah, meal prep can take time out of your day. Like, duh, we'd all rather participate in Sunday Fun Day, but here is the deal. Taking care of your body and fueling your body with nutritious foods that are going to keep you on track and they're going to keep you healthy and functioning better is the way to go. Like, whenever I meal prep and I'm thinking ahead and I'm fueling myself and I am eating like an 80-20 meal plan, I sleep better, I function better, I have more energy, I just feel better. Therefore, I'm a better mom, I'm a better spouse, I'm a better business woman. So it's really important that I plan ahead. And me personally, I like to make meals that if I'm gonna eat it for dinner one night, I can turn it into lunch the next day, and then I can turn it into a different dinner. Okay, for example, I made a 3-bean vegetarian chili. You can check out the recipe here. And it's a meal that I was able to make as a chili, eat it as a chili, but then I baked a butternut squash, and I was able to I was able to make a spaghetti squash and fill the spaghetti squash with the chili and make it a completely different meal. Plus, I'm getting that good, healthy, starchy carb from the spaghetti squash. So that was 2 different meals that I was able to eat. It's kid friendly. My kids love it, and it's quick. I do the same thing, so I make these mini meatloaf muffins, which are great. I will eat them in the morning, and sometimes I eat them as lunch, sometimes I eat them as snack, sometimes I eat them as dinner. And I will use like a Dijon mustard to dip them in. I will make my own barbecue sauce, or I use Annie's barbecue sauce, which is really good because it's like the cleanest one that I came across. I will make my own ketchup. And I will just eat those. I'll pop them in the microwave and go. And I will also make like these little egg muffin things that are delicious. I will scramble up some eggs, pour it into a muffin pan, create like, it's like 12 of them. I will put spinach, I'll put kale, I'll put onions, I'll put mushrooms and cheese. And I'm really not eating meat right now. Like, I'm not vegetarian, I'm not anything. I'm not labeling myself as anything. I just have cut back on the meat. So I'll mainly just load them up with like vegetables and like cheese or something. And I'll pop them in the oven at 375 for like 20 minutes or until they're done baking. And then I've got these like little muffin things that are perfect for on the go. My kids eat them while they're running out the door. It's a great source of energy. It's a great source of fat. So yeah, that's like something else that I do with my meal prep. So I think it's really important for us to understand, especially if you're like me and you don't want to be a slave to counting calories. I keep messing with my little portion control containers. But I think it's really important that if you don't want to be a slave to the scale, you don't want to be a slave to counting calories, you don't want to be a slave to like tracking every bit of food that you put in your body, this is just a great simplified way of doing it. Plan ahead. Get on Pinterest, look at recipes. If you're a part of Beachbody On Demand, which is like hallelujah, my favorite thing, and you can actually get a free 14-day subscription to it, and if you don't want to continue it on, you don't have to. But with every single workout program, and there's like 400 different workouts to choose from, there's a meal plan and there's a meal guide. But not only that, you get access to all the grocery lists and you get access to the cooking channel, which is really cool. And I live by that, and that's what I use, and I get all of my meals because all of the recipes that are on there actually tell you how much the count for each container is, which really simplifies it for me. So there's like no guessing whatsoever. So anyway, yeah, meal plan. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So I think that's a really important step to take out in your day is every Sunday or whichever day of the week that you need, you just plan ahead and you make it a priority, because when you prioritize yourself and you prioritize like the meals you're putting in your body, it's amazing what that does for your thought process, because I've learned that losing weight and being on a healthy journey is a complete mindset. It's all mindset. Like it's so much more than just trying to get skinny or trying to fit into a certain size pair of pants. It's about being healthy for yourself, being healthy for your kids. Like in my family, it's just common to have heart disease and diabetes and to have all of these medical issues. And I don't want to be another statistic. I don't want to be another, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be like my family. Like, obesity runs high, cellulite runs high. And like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be here for my kids. I want to be a role model for my kids. I have 3 daughters and I want to raise them in a body positive world. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today while I talk to meal prep. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video.